Stop looking for happiness in the same place you lost it. The people with the worst past can create the best future. If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan, and what they have planned for you is not much. Forgiving people in silence and never speaking to them again is a form of self-care. Don't cling to yesterday. It was beautiful, but it was yesterday. Stop being so available to people who are only there for you when it's convenient for them. There's only one thing more precious than our time, and that's who we spend it on. One day you'll laugh at how much you let this matter. Never hurt others to heal yourself. Never hurt yourself to heal others. Don't just love yourself. Have respect for yourself. If you don't, other people will have no problems walking all over you. The highest reward for one's toil is not what one gets for it, but what one becomes by it. Clocks show time, and time shows people. Healing doesn't mean the damage never existed. It means the damage no longer controls your life. Recognizing that you are not where you want to be is a starting point to begin changing your life. Try to get what you love. Otherwise, you'll have to love what you got. Your education is never complete. Determine to live fully and continually learn. You must let the pain visit. You must allow it to teach you. You must not allow it to overstay. If you can find paths without any obstacles, it probably leads nowhere. Obstacles aren't roadblocks, they're road signs. Choosing comfort over discomfort does not lead to a comfortable life. Unless you try to do something beyond what you have already mastered, you will never grow. It's your road and yours alone. Others may walk it with you, but no one can walk it for you. Your value is not determined by someone else's inability to see your worth. Problems are the price you pay for progress. Be patient and tough. Someday this pain will be useful to you. The trouble is, if you don't spend your life yourself, other people spend it for you. Being deluded and scared will make you suffocate. Being honest with yourself and responsible will make you breathe. Stand up to your obstacles and do something about them. You will find that they haven't half the strength you think they have. No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself. Change the person in the mirror, and your world will change. You can waste your lives drawing lines, or you can live your life crossing them. You can win a lot in life just by being the last one to give up. Just because you hate this chapter doesn't mean you'll hate the book. Be like a tree and let the dead leaves drop. What we fear doing most is usually what we most need to do. One of my biggest life lessons is we heal at the speed of our forgiveness. More important than the ability to pick the right one is the strength to walk away from the wrong one. Shallow men believe in luck. Strong men believe in cause and effect. You cannot be lonely if you like the person you're alone with. Our suffering is caused by holding on to how things might have been, should have been, could have been. Your wound is not your fault, but your healing is your responsibility. Close some doors today, not because of pride, incapacity, or arrogance, but simply because they lead you nowhere. The things that you consider to be yours own you far more than you own them. Much suffering and much unhappiness arise when you take each thought that comes into your head for the truth. We cannot simply sit and stare at our wounds forever. We must stand up and move on to the next action. The journey to your success will always begin with the small step of taking a chance. You'll ruin your life trying to make everyone happy. The good life is not one immune to sadness, but one in which suffering contributes to our development. Sacrifice today for tomorrow's betterment. You are willing to pay those payments with pain because pain is just a message when you are fixing something that's insufficient in your life. Following a path is easy. Creating a new one can be painful, but it will lead you to new places. It is wise to keep in mind that neither success nor failure is ever final. You may have had unfair things happen to you, but the depth of your pain is an indication of the height of your future. We feel guilty when we no longer want to associate with old friends who have not changed. But this is the price and marker of growth. The world will not become kinder to you just because you are a good person. Good people are the ones who are played with the most. The real man smiles in trouble, gathers strength from distress, and grows brave by reflection. If someone's words do not match their actions, get away from them. Sometimes it's the thought of someone leaving you which is more painful than the pain you feel when someone leaves you. In every success story, you will find someone who has made a courageous decision. Your life becomes so peaceful when your anger for the people who hurt you turns into sympathy for them. People are more selfish than you think they are. You have to walk and create the way by your walking. You will not find a ready-made path. The greatest thing you can give yourself is freedom from what others think. You cannot be afraid to disappoint people. You have to live the life you want to live. You will meet people who you just can't get along with, no matter how correct you come. You can say and do all the right things, but will bump heads regardless. Change is scary because known challenges and pain are easier to accept than unknown ones. Don't be afraid to do things by yourself. Waiting for other people will cause you to miss out on some wonderful things in life. Forget trying to change people. Either change yourself or change your environment, or both. Never give up on what you really want to do. The person with big dreams is more powerful than the one with all the facts. At some point, you will realize no one else has a say in your life unless you let them. Your life becomes meaningful in precise proportion to the depths of the responsibility you are willing to shoulder. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Out of suffering have emerged the strongest souls. The most massive characters are seared with scars. If you're not resilient by now, life is only going to get tougher for you. Always place your becoming above your current being. Do not cling to any one person, not even your most beloved. Every person is a prison and also a hiding place. The chief trick to making good mistakes is not to hide them, especially not from yourself. Life gets better when health becomes your first priority. The more seriously you take yourself, the unhappier you're going to be. The energy we spend to complain can be redirected to act for change. When we take responsibility, we get out of the victim mode and move on. Enjoy what you can and ignore the rest. Let's not waste any energy fighting things that are outside our control. Whatever the present moment contains, accept it as if you had chosen it. Always work with it, not against it. Make it your friend and ally, not your enemy. This will miraculously transform your whole life. Sometimes letting things go is an act of far greater power than defending or hanging on. Sometimes the place you are used to is not the place you belong.